Once upon a time, in the magical underwater kingdom, hidden beneath the vast and mysterious ocean, there lived a vibrant and playful African mermaid called Karashika. Her scales shimmered with every color of the rainbow, and her laughter echoed like the sweetest music through the coral reefs. Karashika was beloved by all her underwater friends, but especially by her wise and graceful mother, Queen Adanna, who ruled the mermaid kingdom with a gentle yet firm hand. Queen Adanna always cautioned her daughter about the dangers of the world above the waves. Karashika, my child, never swim to the surface, she warned. The humans are treacherous. You must stay safe within our waters. Despite her mother's warnings, Karashika's curiosity knew no bounds. She longed to see the sun, feel the breeze, and explore the unknown. One day, while playing with her mermaid friends near the vibrant coral reef, Karashika shared her little secret desire. I am going to swim to the surface, she declared, her eyes sparkling with determination. Her friends gasped in shock. No, Karashika, it's too dangerous, they protested, but her adventurous spirit could not be tamed. With a flick of her powerful tail, Karashika swam towards the surface, her heart pounding with excitement as she broke through the water's edge. The world above unfolded before her eyes. The skies were brilliant. The sun bathed everything in golden glow. She marveled at the vastness of the ocean and the distant horizon, feeling an exhilarating sense of freedom. Karashika's joy was short-lived. Unbeknownst to her, a group of fishermen was nearby, their boat cutting through the waves with purpose. The boat was captained by a ruthless man named Oga, feared by his crew for his cruelty and greed. Oga's piercing eyes scanned the waters, always on the lookout for the next big catch. Amongst his crew was Eze, a kind-hearted fisherman who often questions Oga's harsh method, but felt powerless to resist. As Karashika swam closer to the boat, her shimmering tail caught the light, drawing the attention of the fishermen. Look, shouted one, the biggest fish we've ever seen. Oga's eyes glimmered with greed. We will trap it and sell it for a fortune, he commanded. Karashika, unaware of the danger, continued to explore the surface. Suddenly, a net was cast over her, tangling her in its strong fiber. She struggled to free herself, but the more she fought, the tighter the net became. The fishermen cheered as they hauled the catch aboard, unaware that their prize was no ordinary fish. On the boat, Karashika realized that she had to act fast. She feigned being a helpless fish, hoping to buy herself some time. Eze, passing by, noticed her eyes, which seemed unusually expressive for a fish. There is something strange about this one, he muttered to himself. Karashika seized that moment. Please help me, she whispered, her voice barely audible. Eze froze in shock. Did you just talk? He asked, with his eyes wide in disbelief. Yes, Karashika replied, desperately. I am not a fish. I'm a mermaid. Please set me free. Eze's mind raced. He had always heard stories about mermaids, but never believed them to be true. Gathering the courage, he went to his Oga. Captain, the fish, it spoke to me, oh, he said hesitantly. Oga laughed cruelly. Nonsense, it's witchcraft. We must kill it before it brings us harm. Oga grabbed a large knife, ready to end Karashika's life. Eze's heart pounding as he realized he had to act. Don't hurt her, he shouted, launching forward to shoot Karashika. In the struggle, Oga stabbed Eze in the leg. Pain shot through him, but he managed to push Karashika overboard, sacrificing his safety to save her. The cold water embraced them both as they plunged into the sea. Oga, enraged, shouted orders to his crew, but they hesitated, unsure how to proceed. Let him drown for his stupidity, Oga spat, turning his back on the scene. Karashika saw Eze bleeding profusely and she knew she couldn't leave him. Summoning all her strength, she wrapped her arms around him and swam towards the underwater home. "Hold on," she whispered. "I will save you." Karashika swam swiftly through the familiar waters, her mind racing. She brought Eze to the underwater kingdom, where her people gasped at the sight of a human. "He saved me," Karashika explained, her voice filled with urgency. "We must help him." Queen Adanna, seeing her daughter's determination, nodded solemnly. "Bring him to the witch doctor," she instructed. The witch doctor, an ancient mermaid with the knowledge of powerful potions, examined Eze's wound. "He is losing blood fast," she said, "but we can save him." Karashika watched as the witch doctor concocted a healing potion. She handed Eze one of her gills, allowing him to breathe underwater. The potion was applied to his wound, and a magical glow enveloped his leg. Slowly, the bleeding stopped, and Eze's breathing steadied. Once Eze was stable, Karashika took him back to the surface, ensuring he was safe on a secluded beach. She visited him daily, bringing him fish and fresh water. As they spent time together, they shared stories and dreams. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day. Eze marveled at Karashika's world, and she found herself opening up to him in ways she never had with anyone else. "How can you talk?" he asked one day, still amazed. "Mermaids have a special connection to the sea," she explained. "Our voices can be heard by those who truly listen." Eze revealed to her about the myths in the human world, that mermaids brought great power and wealth. Their friendship blossomed into something deeper, and Karashika knew she had found someone special. She decided it was time to introduce Eze to her people, despite knowing it would be challenging. Meanwhile, Oga, still seething from his encounter with Karashika, spoke to a priest back home in his village about the mystical encounter. The priest told him that he should have captured the mermaid, because mermaids held key to great fortune, and capturing and keeping one captive will ensure him endless riches. Oga became obsessed with capturing another mermaid. He believed that mermaids brought great power and wealth. Determined to prove himself, he set sail again, this time with even more determination and malice. Back in the mermaid world, Karashika's people were wary of Eze. They had always been cautious of humans, knowing their potential for cruelty. Queen Adanna, however, saw the sincerity in Eze's eyes and the love he had for her daughter. "We will give him a chance," she declared, though many remained skeptical. One evening, as the sun set and the waters glowed with a magical light, Eze sensed danger. "Oga is coming back," she warned Karashika. "He won't stop until he captures another mermaid." Karashika gathered her people, explaining Eze's information. "We must prepare," she urged. "We need to protect our world and ourselves." The mermaids, though hesitant, agreed to trust Eze's plan. Using Eze's knowledge of Oga's tactics, the mermaids devised an intricate plan to ambush the fishermen. They gathered materials to poke holes in Oga's boats and practiced their maneuvers. The mermaid warriors, fierce and skilled, prepared for confrontation. Eze worked tirelessly alongside them, with his determination and love for Karashika driving him. The night before the ambush, he and Karashika shared a quiet moment together by the shore. "We will get through this," he promised, holding her hand together. The day of the ambush arrived. Oga and his fleet of boats approached. The fishermen, unaware of the danger lurking below, as they cast their nets, the mermaids sprang into action. They swam swiftly, using their agility and strength to poke holes in the boats. Oga's crew panicked as the boat started to fill with water. "What is happening?" Oga roared, but his voice was drowned out by the chaos. Karashika and Eze led the charge, movements synchronized and precise. In the midst of the battle, Oga found himself surrounded by mermaids. His rage turned to fear as he realized that he was outmatched. Karashika confronted him, her eyes blazing with determination. "You will never harm my people again," she declared. Oga, concerned and desperate, tried to fight back, but the mermaid's strength and unity overwhelmed him. In the final moments of the battle, Oga was trapped and he met his end, a fitting consequence to his cruelty. With Oga defeated, the mermaid community began to see Eze in a new light. He had risked his life for Karashika and their world. Queen Adanna, acknowledging his bravery, addressed her people. "Eze has proven himself worthy," she said. "We must honor his courage and love." Karashika and Eze's love had grown undeniably, but the question of their future remained. The mermaid elders proposed a solution to turn Eze into a merman, allowing him to live with Karashika underwater. The transformation ritual was set. Eze stood by the shore, surrounded by mermaids. The witch doctor, with an ancient knowledge of powerful potions, began the ceremony. Rare herbs and enchanted waters in a golden bowl, chanting incantations in a language as old as the sea itself. Karashika held Eze's hand, their finger intertwined, their love a palpable force. As the potion began to glow, the witch doctor dipped a conch shell into the mixture and poured it over Eze's legs. A warm, tingling sensation spread through Eze's body. He felt his leg fusing together, forming into a strong, sleek tail. Scales, shimmering with a deep blue hue, covered his new tail. Eze's eyes widened with amazement as he realized he could now breathe underwater with ease. The mermaid community watched in awe as Eze's transformation completed. Queen Adanna stepped forward, her regal presence commanding attention. "Eze, you have proven your bravery and love for Karashika and our people. You are now one of us," she declared. The mermaids cheered, their voices harmonizing in a beautiful memory that echoed throughout the waters. With Eze now a merman, the underwater kingdom entered a new era of unity and peace. The mermaids, who had once been wary of humans, now embraced Eze as one of their own. Karashika and Eze became symbols of hope and love, their story inspiring both mermaids and humans alike. And so, Karashika, the African mermaid, and Eze, the brave merman, lived happily ever after, their tale forever etched in the hearts of those who believed in the magic of love and the possibility of a better world. The end. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, subscribe. Watch our other interesting videos posted on our channel. We cannot wait to have you as a member of AfricanFolktale TV channel. Thank you so much for your support.